morning.
Good morning, all. How are you? How are you feeling today, Marcy?
I'm okay.
Same here. Same here.
I had
Feeling good.
Rough weekend, but
Okay, yeah, I had a pretty decent one.
That's good.
Yeah, a little tiring. I told you we're
Yes.
finally getting settled into the house, so it does a lot for me there.
Well, yeah, there's a big to-do list.
Yeah, I still have a big to-do list as well. Are you kidding?
Never ending. When you own a house, it's never ending.
Yeah,
anyway.
it always goes. Today we're going to talk about first impressions and that initial vibe that you get from people. I always like that one because that's the one that I like to trust the most. That's the one that says to me...
Your gut. It's like your internal compass.
Exactly, your internal compass. It says to me, genuinely me.
Yeah.
So long as I don't add my own junk onto it and filter it through. But it says genuinely to me what the person is really about.
True.
It's only after that vibe that we start taking all the other... we start taking all the other social stuff and we start... piling that stuff on, and then we filter through and we make all kinds of judgments
and accusations.
There you go.
Stereotyping
in reference to the person. But that initial vibe is what I want to really tap into. How about you? Does that really resonate for you as well?
You know that totally.
Yeah,
everyone, I think that knows that because I'll see their aura, and some of them when I can't just you just get certain vibes, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm thrown off there because there's so many ways that I absorb it, which is why I get drained very easily, like other people that have the gift. So, yeah.
Yeah, you creative empath. So.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Empathic medium.
Yeah, medium. Ooh.
Well, we're like conduits, so it's like we can, they can choose to come to us, and which is what I was just dealing with. So I'm still kind of off kilter at the moment.
Yeah, the amount of...
She really messed me up, this chick.
The amount of spiritual energy that goes on with that.
Yeah.
As well as, and again, the initial vibe that you get, because the initial first experience that you have with any kind of entity.
Yeah,
it's going to be one where it's like, okay.
They show themselves in a million different ways, and but I guess this is for later because we'll stick to our topic about vibes and people.
Yeah.
And then I'll go off on a tangent later.
Yeah, I wonder, you can always... well, let me not say always because that's very...
Some of them mask it really well.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say, sometimes someone can mask their initial vibe very well, so you get duped.
One of my empath friends had mentioned a wolf in sheep's clothing. And so true. There's some people out there, oh my God, they'll take advantage of your good nature.
And even if you look at things historically, I study a lot of theology because I have a theology degree. And,
we knew that.
It comes in handy. But even when you look at historically, the heretics, the ones who were the rebel rousers, the ones who were labeled dissidents, a lot of them, fall into that very same realm of the wolves in sheep clothing, only to expose himself later on as somebody who's entirely different.
Sorry, my dog's eating grass.
But for me, in everyday practice, that initial vibe is critical for me. That's why I try and make sure I push out one that's always positive.
Yeah, but it always helps you kind of do your next steps on how you're going to introduce yourself. So it depends, like if it's for work and you have to craft, I mean, obviously being genuine self is always the best, but if you have to put out certain information about yourself that this person will take in very well, then that's what you want to do. If you need to stay away from them, we all know, stay away. So, yeah, because it gives you, it's kind of like mapped information on where to go from there. Just trust your internal compass.
Yeah, I think that also is a critical point.
Because then it's active steps.
What you do afterward obviously is important.
Yeah.
But sometimes it needs to be recognized.
Yeah.
This person's no good for me.
Yeah,
and I need to get away.
Or beyond that too. They're cool, but they can only handle so much of me or digest so much of me. So, or if it's for work stuff, you don't want to be all over them. You just want to be following up here and there. You don't want to be, you just know with certain people that they're just, what's the word? Must want to be left alone. Don't like pushy, or just don't like their vibe, which is, of course, we keep saying that, but it's so true.
Well, it is. It's relevant, number one, but it's also very important Because if
then you know your boundaries, which is also what we talked about too.
Yeah, we talked about boundaries as well. But if you get a bad vibe from a person initially, okay, maybe it's a little. But if that happens again, you have to realize, okay, well, maybe
this person really stinks.
Yeah, there's something about me and this person. Let's not say put it all. There's something about me and this person that just doesn't jive. Well. Yeah, you need to be able to recognize that. So that you approach that in a way where, again, we're trying to reduce the amount of harmful things that can
entropy.
happen there you go, entropy. We're trying to reduce the amount of harmful things that can happen to a person.
Yep.
So that, I guess, the consciousness that we're talking about, being aware of that, that initial first vibe is important for that.
So I'm curious, and I know you are too, like, what is certain, like other people do when they approach someone that they feel is not so positive or doesn't mesh well? Like, what do you do? I mean, it's easy to just say, oh, walk away. But, correct. So if they're in your family, what do you do?
Well, for someone that you have to deal with on a constant basis, and naturally,
and you can't see their aura.
That's yeah. Well, I told you, I feel my eyes are bad. I'm glad because I don't
know who you are.
But
are you Uncle Joe?
But yeah, I for someone who you have to deal with on a regular basis, compromises are necessary. For someone who you don't mesh with that's a family member, sometimes it just may be that. Okay, this is a family member that I don't get along with.
Small talk and be like,
we need to respect each other's boundaries.
Yeah, respect
and
is huge. Respect
is huge. There's a thing called a comfortable coexistence. We can have a peaceful, comfortable coexistence.
Oh my God, I just thought of something funny.
And not like each other at all.
Yeah.
But we do so for the sake of bigger than us, the family.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it all comes down to. We recognize that things are bigger than us.
I'm asking this because I know there are people that are like, what do I do? Some people will cause mayhem, and some people, God, we can go into the
psych. Grass, man. And stay away from the mushrooms.
Stay away from the shrooms.
Yeah.
Next thing he's going to a fish
concert.
I mean,
like the magical ones are, I guess, okay, but he's a dog, so
I know.
You gotta be careful.
Oh, my poor dog this weekend. Oh my God. Anyway, so totally off on a tangent again. Yeah, because when it's people that you work with, you totally have to have that respect, I think. But at the same time, you don't have to. You can handle your reaction, so you don't have to be like, you're an asshole. With family members, and like I have a little cheat sheet. I have an aura. I can see them. So, I can say they're a jealous person, or they're just kind of chameleons. They kind of go with the flow, but they're not true to themselves. Or they're really great people, but you just can't kind of tell them too much. Or and so I'll kind of work with that. Yeah,
like I said, for me, you got to make sure.
I think the underlying theme maybe is respect.
Yeah, respect is underlying thing, but also, again, for me, it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to get. We need to get out of our own way
or egos and all that.
Yeah, we need to put our ego. Pride is very editable. If you dress it up nicely, it tastes very good. Your ego, same thing. Sometimes we need to be able to say, okay, you know what, I need to eat that. I'm not saying that you don't need to have one. You do.
Yeah.
A very strong sense of self is critical to your development. In fact, we're going to go into that. We're going to go into that in another topic. How you're meeting your goals and how that impacts your self concept. But you got to see that it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
There are things outside of you that are much more important than you.
So I mean, totally. Email us, text us, whatever. I would love to know how you guys handle it. Some people don't like the controversy. They walk away. Some people, handle it with grace. Some people just, swallow it because it's just not worth their time. Some people just choose to be around the positive people, which I think we all choose to want to do.
Yes.
But, I'm just curious how you all handle it.
Give us your feedback, please.
Yeah.
We want to, hear your comments. We love the comments. Keep them coming. But also, let us know what you think and how things impact for you, because these may be things that other people are going through as well.
Totally.
And
I gotta do a website. I'm sorry. I have to get my material so we can gather it to do this website, because it'll be really good.
We're building this as we go.
I know.
And it's been a fun experience for me, so I'm glad.
Totally.
Grateful.
But I do want to go to the next episode, because then, unless you have more to say, because I know what I talk about this weekend was just insane. I got to get it off my chest.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Keep tuning in.
All right.
Love, light, energy.
2. Bye.